Statistics and Probability Performance Task.
Hello there! I am Teacher Niña, and welcome to Grade 11 Santo Niño Parochial School YouTube channel. In this video, I am proud to introduce the Group 2 Grade 11 Santo Niño de Pandacan students as they present a statistical analysis of a dataset and share with you a step-by-step procedure on how to construct a frequency distribution table as well as identifying the mean, median, model class, and standard deviation. So, join them as they take you to the world of statistics.
Statistical Analysis. Hello, I am Maxine. Before we begin our presentation, we would like to give some insights into the definition of some of the statistical terms we are going to use in discussing our topic. Let's start with the definition of statistics. Statistics. It is a branch of mathematics dealing with data collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and representation of data.
A frequency distribution table, isa itong chart na nagsasummarize ng values and their frequencies. Isa rin to sa pinaka-useful way na mag-organize ng data kung naibigay na ang mga number na nagre-represent ng frequencies natin of a certain outcome in a sample. It is also a method to organize the data given in a meaningful manner for better understanding.
Frequency is the number of times a volume occurs in a dataset. The frequency quantitative F of a class is the number of data entries in the class.
Class mark is the mid-value of the class interval. It can be solved by adding the lower class limit and the upper class limit, then divide by 2.
Mean. The sum of the product of frequency and the midpoint or class mark for each class divided.
What we have here is called the median class. This class where this formula's data entry is located. The class where less than the commutative frequency is greater or equal, or if not closer,
Median
to this formula.
is the middle point in a data set. It is the value separating the higher half from the lower half of a data sample, a population, or a probability distribution.
Standard deviation, it is the square root of the variance and measures the average distance of each data point from the mean. It's expressed in the same units as the original data, making it easier to interpret compared to variance. Standard deviation provides a more intuitive understanding of the spread of data because it's in the same unit as the original data.
Mathematics 8 First Performance Assessment. These are the results of their first performance assessment. Let's arrange their scores from highest to lowest. Let's start completing the frequency distribution table. And here is the step-by-step procedure of constructing a frequency distribution table. Step 1. Setting up the class range. Setting up the class range. When creating a class range, we can specify the interval to use. In our given set of data, we will use the interval 5, which is one of the most commonly used intervals in frequency tables. The class range of our data is determined by the number of items in the mathematics first performance assessment, which is 65. Let us now create our class range using 5 intervals. Let's start with 1 to 5, followed by 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30, 31 to 35, 36 to 40, 41 to 45, 46 to 50, 51 to 55, 56 to 60, and lastly, 61 to 65. Step 2. Encoding the tally and frequency.
Now, we will use this tally result to determine the frequency of the data given by just transposing them. And these are the frequency results. We have 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Again, we have 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Now, the table shows that the total number of frequency is 24. Note, before proceeding to the next step, make sure that the total frequency is balanced with the total number of students in our provided data. We can now proceed to the next step.
Step 3. Calculate the class mark. Calculate the class mark or XM. The class mark is the midpoint of the class range. It can be solved by adding lower and upper class ranges and divided by 2. Let's now calculate the class mark of our given data. 1 plus 5 equals 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 6 plus 10 equals 16 divided by 2 equals 8. 11 plus 15 equals 26 divided by 2 equals 3. 16 plus 20 equals 36 divided by 2 equals 23. 21 plus 25 equals 46 divided by 2 equals 28. 26 plus 30 equals 56 divided by 2 equals 53. 31 plus 35 equals 66 divided by 2 equals 58. And these are the calculated class mark values. 3, 8, 3, 23, 28, 53, and 58. Step 4. Calculate the less cumulative frequency.
Hi, I'm Romeo and I'll be presenting step 44 in constructing the distribution table. Calculation of the less than cumulative frequency. To calculate, add successively the frequencies of all the previous classes, including the class against which it is written. The cumulation will start from the lowest to the highest frequency. To understand it better, let's perform the calculation. The calculated values of the less than CF or the less than cumulative frequencies are 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 16, 18, 21, 22, and 24. The last value in the less than CF must be equal to the total number of frequency in our table. The last number in the less than CF is 24, and the total frequency in our table is also 24.
Step 5. Calculating the product of frequency and class mark.
F times XM. 0 times 3 is equals to 0. 0 times 8 is equals to 0. 1 times 13 is equals to 13. 1 times 18 is equals to 18. 1 times 23 is equals to 23. 2 times 28 is equals to 56. 2 times 33 is equals to 66. 4 times 38 is equals to 152. 5 times 43 is equals to 215. 2 times 48 is equals to 96. 3 times 53 is equals to 159. 1 times 58 equals to 58. And lastly, 2 times 63 is equals to 126. In our distribution table, we have the sum of for f times xm divided by the total frequency of 24. This would give us the value of the mean, which is 40.91666667, or rounded off to 2 decimal places, so the value of our mean is 40.92. After finding the mean, we can now proceed to step 6.
Step 6. Calculating the difference of class mark and mean.
To calculate, each value in the class mark column will be subtracted by the value of the mean, 40.42. The calculated values in the xm minus u column are negative 37.92, negative 32.92, negative 27.92, negative 22.92, negative 17.92, negative 12.92, negative 7.92, negative 2.92, negative 2.08, 7.08, 12.08, 17.08, and 22.08.
Step 7. Calculate the class mark minus mean squared.
I will be showing you the final 2 steps in completing the distribution table. Let us proceed to step 7, and which is the calculation of the class mark minus mean squared. To calculate this formula, we will simply get the squared value results in the class mark minus mean, and these are the calculated values of this formula in our distribution table. Now, let us get started with the calculations. So, what we have here is negative 37.92. And now, we want to square all of these that you're seeing on screen by using a square. So, negative 37.92 squared is 1,437.93. And then, move on down, negative 32.92 squared, we get 1,083.73. Move on down, negative 27.92 squared, we get 779.53. Negative 22.92 squared is 525.33. Negative 17.92 squared is 321.13. Negative 12.92 squared is 166.93. Negative 7.92 squared is 62.73. Negative 2.92 squared is 8.53. We move on to the positives. 2.08 squared is 4.33, 7.08 squared is 50.13, 12.08 squared is 145, 145.93, 17.08 squared is 291.73, and lastly, 22.08 squared is 487.53.
Step 8. Calculate the frequency times class mark minus mean squared.
And now, let us proceed to the final step, which is step 8, which is the calculation of frequency times our class mark minus mean squared. To get this calculation, we have to multiply the frequency by the value of our class mark minus mean squared. So let's get started. So we have here in our table, we have the frequency, we have our formula right here, and then we have to calculate them using multiply. So 0 times, well, in a given number is 0. So if it's 0 times 0 is 0. for any number for that matter. Then we move on. So 1 times 779.53 is 779.53. 1 times 425.33 is 425.33. 1 times 321.13, 321.13. And 2 times 166.93 is 333.86. 2 times 62.73 is 125.46. 4 times 8.53 is 34.12. 5 times 4.33 is 21.65. 2 times 50.13 is 100.26. 3 times 145.93 is 437.79. 1 times 291.73 is 291.73. And 2 times 487.53 is 975.06.
We have now completed the step-by-step procedure in constructing a frequency distribution table. Let's have a look at the final results of our dataset. Here is the frequency distribution table, Mathematics 8, Our Lady of Peña Francia, first performance assessment results. Using the results in the distribution table, we can now identify our data sets, mean, median, model class, and standard deviation. Identifying the mean, median class, median, model class, and standard deviation.
First, the value of the mean by adding up the total of f times x, then divide by the total of frequency. Let's calculate the mean. We will be using the statistical of mean. Mean equals to the summation of f times xm is divided by the summation of frequency. In our data, we have 928 divided by 24. In our distribution table, we have the sum of 928 for f times xm divided by the total frequency of 24. This will give us the value of the mean, which is 40.91666667, or rounded off to 2 decimal places, so the value of our mean is 40.92. Let's find the median class in our distribution table. To find the median class, we will use the statistical formula. Median class equals n, or the total frequency, divided by 2. Let's calculate. This will give us the answer of 12 value.
To locate 12th value, refer to the less than cumulative frequency table. In our data, there is no exact value of 12 in the CF. Instead, we will look at the numbers greater than or closest to 12. The closest and greater than 12 in our data is 16. Which falls within the class range of 41 to 45. The median class of our data is 41 to 45. Let's find the median. To find the median, we will apply the statistical formula, where L represents the lower limit of the median class, N denotes the total number of frequencies or observations, CF is cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class, F is the frequency of the median class, and H represents the class size. Here are the given values. L is 41, N 24, CF 11, F 5, and H 5. Let's distribute these values into the formula of median. Median, L plus N over 2 minus CF over F times H. 41 plus 22 minus 11 over 5 times 5, the median is 42.
Now, let's identify the model class in the distribution table. To find the model class, wait first to the class range in the distribution table. and find the class range with the highest frequency, and we take a look at our distribution table. The highest frequency is 5, which is placed in the class range 41 to 45. This means that the model class of distribution 41 to 45.
Now, let's calculate the standard deviation of our data. To calculate, use the statistical formula for computing the standard deviation. The formula is standard deviation equals the square root of the summation of f times xm minus mu squared over the total number of frequency. In our data, the summation of f times xm minus mu squared is 3,945.92 and the value of n is 24. Let's calculate. 3,945.92 divided by 24 is 164.413333. Next, we will get the square root of this value to find the value of standard deviation. And the value of standard deviation is 12.82237,627 or 12.8224.
Let's move on to the one of the exciting parts of our presentation, and that is the illustration of histogram. A histogram provides a visual representation of data distribution. Histogram can display a large amount of data and the frequency of the data values. Here's the histogram of the results of mathematics grade 8 Our Lady of Peña Francia. First performance assessment. On the y-axis are the frequencies, and on the x-axis are the class range. As illustrated in the histogram, color blue bar represents the highest frequency, which is in the class range of 41 to 45. And the lowest are from the class range of 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, and 56 to 60.
Findings. A statistical analysis of the Grade 8 Our Lady of Peña Francia First Performance Assessment in Mathematics results shows that the model class or the class range with the highest frequency is in the class range of 41 to 45 with 5 out of 24 students, while the lowest frequency is in the class ranges of 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 41 to 45, and 56 to 60, with only one number of students. The mean was calculated using the statistical formula. The results showed a mean of 40.92. The calculated median of the data results shows that the data obtained a median class value of the 12th term, which falls between 41 to 45 in the class range, which means that the median class is 41 to 45, and the median is 42. The data also obtained a standard deviation of 12.82237,627 or 12.8224. Overall, the finding shows that only 5 out of 24 students scored in the median class range of 41 to 45, and only 2 students scored in the highest class range of 61 to 65. Thus, the results indicate that only a small number of students scored in the highest class ranges, and the majority of the students scored from the median class to the lowest class ranges in Grade 8 Our Lady of Peña Francia First Performance Assessment in Mathematics. Here is our second data, Mathematics 8 First Performance Assessment of Our Lady of Immaculate Conception. Let's take a look at the results of their first performance assessment. Let us complete the frequency distribution table. Now, let's reveal the frequency distribution table results. model class and standard deviation. The value of mean is 28.91. The value of median is 26. Our median class is 21 to 25. The model class is 21 to 25. The standard deviation is 13.7871152 or 13.7871. The histogram shows that the majority of the bars in the lower to middle class range are taller than the bars in the upper class ranges. It indicates that the majority of the grade 8 Our Lady of Immaculate Conception first performance assessment in mathematics course were in the lower to middle class range. Findings: a statistical analysis of the grade 8 Our Lady of Immaculate Conception first performance assessment in mathematics results shows that the model class or the class range with the highest frequency is in the class range of 21 to 25. With 5 out of 24 students, while the lowest frequency is in the class ranges of 11 to 15, 26 to 30, 41 to 45, and 56 to 60 with only one number of students. The mean was calculated using the statistical formula. The results showed a mean of 28.91. The calculated median of the data results show that the data obtained a median class value of the 11th term, which falls between 21 to 25 in the class range, which means that the median class is 21 to 25 and the median is 26. The data also obtained a standard deviation of 13.7871152 or 13.3871.
Done!
Thank you for watching!